Hey guys, how are you folks doing today? Oh man, I'm doing another quick episode. Today is actually November 28th, 2025, and it's the day after Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you eat a lot. Didn't eat too much, I hope, and get sick. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna do a quick episode here. Now, Now let's start out with basically what's happening in the let's just say stock market. Interesting times. Stock market is not doing looking that great. A couple of days ago, they had a there was some losses in the SP 500, where I think 5 trillion was actually taken out of the market within 5 hours. So the market is not looking that good. We're basically coming to the end of 2025, the end of the third quarter, and it's not looking that good, man. Because just to let you know, a lot of the stuff that's happening in the stock market have a lot to do with also what's happening on the global scale. Just to reiterate a few things I found out and that you guys are aware of it. Japan, the bonds market in Japan is wow, guys. The bonds market in Japan is doing pretty bad. It's not doing that great. Japan is about to go into, I would say, economical collapse because their debt to GDP is 234%, and that's not good. Basically, once you pass like anywhere between 130% going upwards when you have debt to GDP, that's not good. That's not a prosperous economy. Believe it or not, Japan hold most of the U.S. Treasury bonds. So the market do fail in Japan, which it will. A lot of the treasury bonds that Japan is holding, where do you think they're going to go? They are actually going to make their way back to the shorelines of the United States. So when that happens, what do you think going to come after that? What I see coming, hyperinflation coming again. Things are actually going to get more expensive. Um, it's the economy is not looking that great, folks. It's something is coming. Um, but and I know when when it do unfold, it's gonna make the Great Depression look like a cakewalk. And that's basically how I'm gonna open up um, this little episode here. I speak little bit about the economy and give you guys an idea of how healthy of an economy we are dealing with, and it's not that healthy at this point. There's some situation that's happening that um, of some concerns, especially when it comes to the Japanese economy. Anyway, guys, first and foremost, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, folks. I'm not one. I didn't go to school for this. So, but you know what I'm going to do for you, folks? I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit of tip here. All right. Now, investing in silver. Start buying golds and silver because the price of silver and gold is going to go through the roof. All right. This is simply because of de-dollarization and what's happening to the US currency. It's losing a lot of value. And, but at the same time, buying the silver and the gold, it's not something you want to buy and hoard. You do want to buy it and I do see silver reaching around $80. It's going to be double the price of what it is right now. I think it's like around $41, $42 an ounce. Don't hold me to that. I'm somewhere close because I haven't looked, I didn't check it maybe a couple of weeks. So but the last time I checked, I think it's like on $41. I do see silver reaching at 80 and gold. I mean, the limit will go, the skies, the limit gold can go to there's really no limit to that. So, because as soon as the dollar go this way, gold is going that way, but it's a good thing you can actually, good thing you can get your hands on. I'm just throwing this suggestion out there for people who are listening, have extra income and just want to diverse their money and have a little safety net. So rather than keeping the currency, if you have a lot of currency in the bank, rather than having that extra currency sitting there and it keep devaluing because of de-dollarization, you buy the gold or buy the silver. So instead of your savings going down, your savings are actually moving in the opposite direction, which is upwards. Okay. Another tip why I'm actually pushing you guys to do stuff like this is because what I've noticed, the central banks, the central banks on a global scale, folks, are buying gold on a scale I've never seen before. It's out of control. So whatever you see the banks are doing, I suggest that you get on board, you follow what they're doing, you basically follow suit. And yeah, little suggestion I give you guys, something you can look into. So anyway, I'm going to be speaking about eruption. Actually, keeping you guys up to date. What's happening, especially on the volcanic scale. An eruption have it happen over there in Ethiopia, in Africa, guys. This eruption actually came from three different craters. Believe it or not, the more I dig into it, I was like, "Whoa!" It's three different craters that this thing came out of. The biggest crater was actually 500 feet. The other two craters were actually pretty big, smaller than 500 feet wide, but still pretty big. Now, keep in mind this volcano that erupted in Ethiopia hadn't erupted in over 12,000 years. It was actually listed as a dormant volcano, and it sit on a ancient fault line. This eruption actually, it sent ash all the way to the Red Sea, all the way over to Pakistan, and I think it went as high as maybe like I think it was like 42,000 feet in the air. It was a huge eruption from a dormant volcano, guys. Now listen to the word I said, dormant. It's not supposed to erupt, right? If it's a dormant volcano. So basically, what's happening right now, what experts are finding out, is that dormant volcano actually have the capability of actually coming alive. Now, here's another scenario I want to put you guys on. In Pakistan, same thing that's going on over there in Ethiopia. Volcano that have erupted in over 760,000 years. It's on the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. It's also showing sign of upcoming eruption. Ground swells is happening, quakes are happening, shifting of the land is happening, and also smoke is coming out of the ground. When you start seeing these things, it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's just a matter of when this thing is going to erupt. So put it out there. Remember what just happened in Africa. Also keep in mind, Africa is split in half. Yes, the continent is split in half. It's something that's been happening for over millions of years. But recently, this split have escalated and it's basically speeding up at a level that experts have never seen before. Keep in mind, as I said before, this split started millions of years ago, but it wasn't huge. It was actually pretty small. But now it's a completely different story because what's happening, a new ocean is actually being formed. So if a new ocean is being formed, that means that continent is about to split completely in half. And this split is actually going at a rate that whoop, it's fast and it's something experts haven't seen before. Okay. Now, with these seismic activity that's happening over there in Pakistan on this dormant volcano, these earthquakes started back, I would say, 2023 to late 2023, moving to 2024. So once again, there is a dormant volcano over there in Pakistan that's basically on the verge of erupting, just like what happened in Ethiopia over there. And it's a huge volcano. Same scenario. It sits, guys. It sits on a ancient fault line. These fault lines are ancient, have been active in millions and millions and millions of years, but now they are coming alive. Now, the interesting points, okay? Now, the Pacific Plate. Now, let me jump on the Pacific Plate because we're in trouble when it comes to the Pacific Plate. The Pacific Plate is 1/3 of the Earth land mass, by the way. A lot of people are not aware of this. The Pacific Ocean stretch all the way over to Fiji, start from basically, I would say, all the way down to New Zealand, all the way to Fiji, Indonesia, Thailand, Japan, going all the way up to Russia, coast of Russia, Alaska, going all the way over to Canada, Vancouver Island, Canada, going all the way to Seattle, Oregon, going all the way down to California, going all the way down to Mexico, going all the way down to Central America, going all the way down to South America, southern the South America, going all the way down to Antarctica. This is how huge this plate is. Now, it's basically one third, yes, of Earth land masses. And it's drifting northwest. The plate is drifting northwest, guys, at 11 centimeters per year. Okay. Now, most tectonic plate, when it start giving trouble and start breaking apart, it actually start breaking at the edge on the outer side of these plates. That's basically the common rule when a plate start breaking apart. It start at the edge, then move its way inward to the middle. Not the Pacific plate, guys. Now, the Pacific plate, it's breaking all the rules. Now, what's happening with the Pacific plate here is actually start breaking in. I took some notes from the middle. The Pacific plate is breaking in. It's breaking from the middle. It's flexing in a way and stretching in a way that we haven't seen before, and it can't no longer take the pressure. This thing it's just a matter of time before this thing starts falling apart. And you can actually notice the signs now what's happening to the Pacific plate, because the breaking that's happening to the Pacific plate, you can see on the outer part of the Pacific plate where it's affecting subduction zone. Places like California is now getting a lot of earthquake. Places like the Aleutian Islands over there in Alaska, huge earthquake. Over there in Japan, huge seismic activity has been happening over there in Japan in 2025. Also the Philippines. This is because of the flexing of the Pacific plate, and it can no longer take all that pressure. Okay? Now, most earthquakes, most of these earthquakes and these plates, they follow a particular script. What these plates are gonna do, they're gonna collide in each other, they're gonna grind on each other, and they're gonna sink on each other. Not the Pacific plate, guys. Pacific plate, as I said before, it's not doing that. Yes, on the outskirts of the plate, they're seeing where it's been affecting people, also affecting the subduction zone. But what's really the reason why? It's because of the middle. Now, the middle of the Pacific plate, guys, especially places like around Hawaii, Samoa, Tahiti, it's not, you don't really have fault lines, but it's acting as if they're sitting on fault lines, recent fault lines. What's going on is that deep within the ground in the Pacific plates, there is ancient fault line that is there, and it's activating these ancient fault lines. And these plates are basically starting to shift, especially around Hawaii. Okay. So it's really cracking in from the middle. All right, guys. And it's something that they're keeping their eye on. And what we have come to realize with this Pacific plate and the behavior of the Pacific plate is that there was actually an ancient plate before the Pacific plate was formed called the Farallon plate. It's called, I hope I pronounce that correct, the Farallon plate. The Farallon plate was actually destroyed millions and millions of years ago. Then came forth the Pacific plate. So basically, what experts have come to realize is that what's happening right now to the Pacific plate, it happened before. So it's basically history repeating itself. The Pacific plate is just a makeup of an older plate millions and millions of years ago called the Farallon plate. So by studying what happened to the Farallon plate, give experts or also give myself an insight view of what's coming with this shifting of this plate. And I want to say this the nicest way possible. Once again, I'm not here to spread fear. This is going to reshape the way our continent look in a, I wouldn't say it's going to take millions of years. That's the crazy part. I say this is going to take around 200 years before everything is completed. Okay? Because the speed of how fast this is happening is at a rate that modern humans have never seen before. I want to say this nicely without trying to scare people. I'm just trying to bring forward information. The destruction that comes with this is on a whole new level, folks. So, again, if you live places like California, if you live locations like Japan, the Philippines, if you live places like Oregon, off the coast of Oregon, off the coast of Vancouver, Vancouver Island, Canada, Central America over there, um, off the coast of Peru, Chile, um, those locations that are actually facing the Pacific plate and the Pacific Ocean. You guys are going to get the bulk of what's really coming. Whoever's on the coastline, because tsunami, we're going to see tsunami on a scale that we hadn't seen before. But again, it happened already. It happened before. All of this happened before, folks. The reason why we're enjoying the life we're enjoying right now, living the way we're living in the location that we're living, is because millions of years ago, something happened that reshaped the earth, would give people a chance to live in this location, which is basically on the coastline. Some of these locations were actually underwater. Yes, they were. And the land rises up when the plate shifts, certain land mass rises and certain land mass sink. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that places like California, some part of California is going to go underwater. And again, I'm not here to scare people. I am just trying to make you guys understand how these things work, because there's a cyclical pattern with everything. It happened before. It's going to happen again. Certain places in Alaska is going to go underwater. There's certain new land formation that's probably going to form in Japan. Certain land are going to rise out of the water. But I don't see any landmass rising for California. I really see places going underwater when this shift start to even accelerate even faster due to the fact that we're having a gravitational pull on our planet. And again, I said, I remember one time I did my video, a video where I was talking about a bug out bag, and I always encourage people, work on your bug out bag, all right? Work on them. Have the necessary things you need, especially if you have, non-perishable food in your bug out bag or battery. You want to check on them every 3 to 4 months to make sure that they're still good, or the battery is still proper. Or I'll switch out the battery every 3 months, 3 to 6 months. Sorry, because battery do go bad. Just switch it out, meaning put other ones in, and the one you take out, use them. Don't throw them away, use them, because they do go bad. So basically, you want to use the battery from your bug out bag, and when you buy more battery, you put it in the bug. Am I making sense? So you use your bug out bag to store your battery. Always have battery in your bug out bag, always. But you take the battery first that you bought that's been sitting inside the bag the longest, and that's how you use it, just to make sure when it's time for you to use the bug out bag, the battery that you have and the food that you're carrying with you to that location with you and your family when you're moving away from the city. After the grid goes down, basically with your well, There's no doubt about it. And there's literally no one who can stop it from happening. It is what it is. It's just the times that we're living in. You're always going to have good battery and the right, the food will be good. The food will be in a good, in a good place so you and your family can enjoy it. And this is basically how you have to adjust your life, start living. You got to start living in a way where, you got to stay ready because of where we're at in time and where we're at in this cyclical cycle. And when I say cyclical cycle, a lot of people get confused by that because they think we've only been on Earth for like 3, 4 thousand years. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you think that, you need to stop. We have been on this planet for a long time, my friends. Long time. They actually found a skull in China that dated back. Uh, Homo sapien skull of a human. It went back millions of years ago. Skull of a giant too, but it was a Homo sapien. I think this person was like anywhere between 17 to 18 feet tall, close to 20 feet tall. So he's a huge, huge person. But the point is, they were Homo sapien. They were human being at that time living on our planet. So, of course, we've been here a long time and we're not going anywhere and the planet ain't going anywhere. But not everyone is going to survive the coming storm. Once you learn how to ride the waves, you have a better chance of surviving the coming storm. And that's where I come in, keeping you guys updated to what's really happening. And in certain location, if you live in these locations, you have to stay aware. My friends in Alaska. Once again, today is November 28th, 2025. Yesterday, Alaska got hit at 6.0. A couple days back, Indonesia got hit at 6.6. Right now, California is getting so many 4.0. The San Andreas fault line is getting hit so hard right now. So hard. They're getting hit so hard, it's not even funny because of what's happening to the Pacific plate and what's happening over there in Alaska. It's all connected. It really is. And again, guys, this is my social media page. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, it's Mixmaster Excel. Follow me, especially if I write a lot of my stuff all over the place, so I try to keep everyone updated on the stuff that I'm doing. This is my username. Feel free, follow me. Also on Substacks, I write articles on Substacks. It's you find me on Substacks by typing in Nick Thomas Show. Show is SHOW. So it's my name, Nick Nick. Thomas THOMAS, Show SHOW. There's where you can actually find my articles in Substacks. It's a great article. I put a lot of time into it. And because I just want people to know what's happening, I just want to keep people aware. And I really, really do enjoy it. Um, but the crazy part about everything that I'm doing, I know we're not ready for what's coming, but I try my best to do my part. Because you know what? If I can make one or two or three or four or five people aware and save a few people, I did my job. My purpose here on earth is complete. So I really do enjoy this. Um, Making you guys aware, keeping you guys on your toes, keeping you prepared. So when things start unfolding, you won't panic at all. Because you're already trained your mind that this is coming, you will approach it calmly and with a critical thinking mind, not someone who's caught up in their emotions and running all over the place like their head cut off like a chicken. I don't want you to be that person. So again, once again, guys, I just want to give you guys a quick update here on Thanksgiving on November. Sorry, it's not Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, November 28th, 2025. I just want to do this quick episode. And I just want to say thank you guys for always listening to my program and have a wonderful holiday. And when Christmas comes, don't spend too much money. No, don't do that. Things are getting crazy right now. But be smart with your money. Be penny wise. Well, again, thank you. And follow my social media page, guys. It's all right here.